is a terrible place. Look at the look on your face. Says it all. This world's appalling and we ache for outer space. 'Cause the world is a terrible place. And the world is a crappy old hole. From bottom to top and pole to pole. Now there's no good news. This world's useless. I'm out of here. It's my goal. 'Cause the world is a crappy old hole. And the world is a sandwich of shite. Every day you take another bite. You think you're Superman. Sure you can handle it till you come across kryptonite. Chunky style. The world is a sandwich of shite, alright. What a wonderful world this would be. Yeah, if wishes were horses, maybe. At the terminal crux, reality sucks, we all ache for fantasy. What a wonderful world it would be. 'Cause the world is a dirty old joke, and there's no way to fix it, it's broke. It's beyond repair, and I couldn't care less if and when it all goes up in smoke, and it will. 'Cause the world is a dirty old, crappy old, shitty old, terrible joke. Woo! Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to this, the third season of Uncle Larry's Clubhouse, The Best of Uncle Larry. I'm Joe Cable, and I will be your special guest host for this, the third season of Uncle Larry's Clubhouse. I know any of you that were even expecting a third season were expecting to see Uncle Larry hosting it, but like Uncle Larry said at the end of the last season 40th episode, he retired. He pretty much did everything he felt he had to do with Uncle Larry's Clubhouse, and he's out. He's done. However, he did not want to give up his time slot, so he asked me, Joe Cable, as a special favor, to take over the hosting duties of the show, of Uncle Larry's Clubhouse, the third season. Now, those of you who are familiar with my work, such as the Buck Karma interview specials, know that I'm kind of a behind-the-camera guy. But Uncle Larry did ask me as a special favor, and I couldn't say no. You know, he's family. So here I am, standing in for Uncle Larry, hosting the third season of Uncle Larry's Clubhouse, The Best of Uncle Larry. And I agreed to do it because now Uncle Larry, he doesn't have to work for a living, but I do. And what with doing the Buck Karma interview specials and my job, I just don't have a lot of time to be doing Uncle Larry's Clubhouse. However, that works out good because the third season is essentially going to be a retrospective of the first season of Uncle Larry's Clubhouse. Uncle Larry's given me the options to do any original stuff I want to that time permits, but mostly we'll be revisiting the best moments of the first season, the little scene first season of Uncle Larry's Clubhouse. The reason we're having this retrospective is purely so that Uncle Larry can keep his time slot, let's face it, but also because in the early days of Uncle Larry's Clubhouse there weren't really a lot of viewers out there. Community Media Center had just gotten started, and there's a lot more people watching now than there ever was before, and a lot of people missed the first season in its entirety. At that time, Uncle Larry did it as a weekly show, and he produced an hour of original TV every week for something like 28 weeks, and then he bailed. He totally burned out. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, I am now going to take the Clubhouse in a far more intellectual direction than Uncle Larry ever did. I want to tell you guys out there right now that tune in just for the hot chicks and the hot tunes. There'll be some of that, but really I'm going to focus more on the philosophical aspects of Uncle Larry's Clubhouse because Uncle Larry's given me this mandate to sort of, distill the best parts of the early Clubhouse down into an hour show, into a bi-weekly hour show for you guys out there, and sort of sum up everything that the first season of the Clubhouse was about. Now, in that first season, Uncle Larry was just he was trying to fill an hour every week. So he used to just say, hey, if you want to be on TV, call me up and I'll put you on. And of course, a lot of people did, and Uncle Larry did have quite a few guest stars on to fill that time. But because he was trying to fill an hour every week, he couldn't be nearly as discriminating about the material that went out in the show as I now can be. So even though he's told me some of the things that he wants to see, he's then given me pretty much a free hand to re-edit the whole first season how I see fit. And so I've agreed to do that. Also, you'll be seeing some original stuff from me. Uncle Larry used to do a Hong Kong video segment. I'm going to have something called Buster Keaton Appreciation Corner, because Uncle Larry was all hot for Jackie Chan, but I'm fonder of the older grandmasters, and so I'm going to be presenting a veritable potpourri of great Buster Keaton moments here on Uncle Larry's Clubhouse for your edification and enjoyment, I hope. I guess that pretty much about sums it up. That's pretty much. I'll probably be doing some comic book reviews and a few movie reviews at the top of the show if I feel like it. Uncle Larry's tastes and mine are a little different, so we'll just play it by ear. Mostly, I have a vast treasure house of the first season to get out for you. That brings us to the subject of tonight's show, Uncle Larry's Philosophy of Life. Way back in the 5th, 6th, and 7th episodes of the Clubhouse, Uncle Larry did 3 editorials about church and state and, our place in the universe, and just sort of summed up his whole approach to living, sort of to flesh out his character for the boys and girls, and because he was trying to give them some kind of moral instruction, if you know what I mean. And that's his mandate. He wants to get those run again because it's pretty much still the way he feels. Now, those of you that were fans of Uncle Larry's truly massive rants there at the end of the 2nd season, the one about the Matrix and about Littleton, Colorado, you're going to eat this up. But the rest of you, it's just a talking head. You might want to just go to bed. Unless you really want to sit around and think about stuff, that pretty much wraps it up for you. This episode. Later episodes, like I said, there'll be more fun stuff, more purely entertainment stuff. But I have a mandate from Uncle Larry, and I'm going to carry it out. We're gonna see these. They come to about 32 minutes altogether. These 3 editorials. I just want to say out there to the people that have been watching Uncle Larry from the very beginning, I don't want you to bail. A lot of you are like, well, I've seen this before, but I'm going to try and put it into a sort of a new context and make some more connections between the material to keep it interesting for you people who have seen it before. And, it's Uncle Larry's gone, so this is your only chance to get your last little doses of Uncle Larry. Because, he did retire from showbiz. He pretty much... He felt he said everything he had to say, although I'm here to keep resurrecting his corpse. That's Uncle Larry for you. So without further ado, let's start off the first part of the editorial, which is going to deal with religion in modern society. And I'll be popping up here and there, but mostly we're just going to let Uncle Larry speak for himself, because that was the whole purpose of this. So here we go. Here is part 1 of Uncle Larry's Philosophy of Life.